first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It's got a real high hit rate, even on these breakouts.
Yo, go ahead and get started. Stream is intended to be used as education purposes only, not intended to be financial advice. It's Rainbow Runner streaming for rainbow trends. If you're curious why our charts look so weird, definitely check us out at rainbow-trends.com. You can find out other traders that use us, and why and what all of our tools look like and how we do all this. We're actually working on getting a big website upgrade, so hopefully more things to come, because I'm not a web developer, but I've been struggling with it. Wasn't really planning on doing a stream tonight, but a lot of the setups that we've been talking and through the Discord and on Twitter and stuff like that have fully played out, and literally did what we wanted them to do in the most bullish ways possible. So, if you've stuck it out, this is a great thing to see. And if we've been posting these charts, just starting off with like Bitcoin, because traditionals are closed. Main thing is, we've been trading this range since January 5th. We finally broke it. We've been talking about we've got clear support and resistant levels, and we've been trading this back and forth over and over, and we've been not getting screwed over by all these multiple Barts, these Bart Simpsons. So if you're not familiar with what a Bart Simpson is, we're talking about these patterns, which are just perfectly horizontal. They look a lot better on smaller time frames, but it essentially is shapes like a Bart Simpson, pumps up and then drops. So awesome drawing skills, as you can tell. But they destroy people. They bait people in and then they liquidate them, and it's just whales accumulating. So you got to be on your friggin' toes. And we've been seeing it. They get up to resistance, the colors rotate. We've been saying, hey guys, risk off, and stuff's been falling back down. But the last thing that we've been really watching is this channel walk. I don't really have a good name for it, but that's what I call it with Rainbow Trends, is the channel walk. And that's what we've been following for the past March 12th, 2 weeks or so. And we finally came back up and tested the big boy resistance, and we broke through it today. It was driving me nuts watching this thing range. And I've been telling everybody, is like, hey, this is where you want to take profits, and this is obviously where you want to buy. But we exploded through this with like a $2,000 something candle. It was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. And there's not much to say about it other than we'll see if it holds. The one thing I do want to see and am expecting is it to get retested. Now, whether it bounces and goes up, I don't know, or if we go back down and things get really ugly, who knows. But be prepared either way. There's probably going to be some pullback, but we don't know yet. You can see we're tagging yellows on the RSIs, and last time we tagged yellows, it kind of faded out. But we're above the resistance block, so it's interesting. It's really interesting. It's really bullish. All the people that wanted to buy 28,000, it's looking less likely. With that being said, though, we have had capitulation wicks where we lose 30, 40, 50% in a day, so always got to be careful. But it's one thing to be bullish, it's another thing not to have a plan, right? So it's I don't care if people have been bearish or bullish the past 2 months. It's all about trading a range. Are you at the bottom of the range and you should be longing, or are you at the top of the range and you should be selling? This stuff gets really easy with the rainbows, and it doesn't matter if we're in a bear market or a bull market. If we're stuck sideways in a crabby range, trade the hell out of it. You can do really well, but you just have to be super patient. You're not going to get up only style trades back in like you used to see a year or two ago. So, but yeah, we get rid of that. Did an update to the take profit tool. If you guys haven't seen, it's essentially just the labeling. It says sell now instead of the TPs, and they're all reds. And if you want the low time frame, I put the levels as well as their L5, L3, like the other one used to say, TP1, TP2, TP3. So, but we lied, bro. Pantalga is our in-house algo whale. But anywho, I don't know if you guys have any questions on Bitcoin. like I've been talking and I've been tweeting it. I've been like, hey, we keep closing dailies on the trend bullish. I don't care who you are. It's freaking amazing. And today, 1, 2, 3, we're now on our 5th one. And we're working on our 6th. And look, it's turning blue. And the last time we did that was in the summer of 21. So, and that's kind of like, be prepared for a potential pullback to retest, then go. So be careful. But it's bullish. Closing dailies on the rainbow trend, bullish is bullish. Like, there's no other way to argue it. So this is clearly different. We closed 2 bullish candles here, then we retraced. Now we've got, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 and we're working on our 6. So it's awesome. There's a whale print. You know, when you get to dailies, the whale prints are really, really rare. And that's why I got so excited and had that one post go viral. It was 270 days between those 2 whale prints. And lo and behold, look where we're at. The whale print triggered on February 25th, and a month later, we're walking out of the range. So it's really cool to see how accurate that algorithm is. Because a lot of people were betting on this. But I saw the bull print, and I was like, all right, I see it is, we're going to go. But who knows? We'll see. Ethereum too, it's been taken off. And this is just going to keep walking, in my opinion. It's got a long way to go. Let me switch that back to -5. I think I'm going to default this -5 to the standard rainbow trend, where it'll be the new 0. But we've been watching this wedge break out and actually saw that bull whale print show up, send us to the other side and break up. So it's really awesome to see that. And now this is definitely like, you want to take some profits off. See, we have the double bearish pivot here. Like, that is clearly a place to take some off, right? But we're above it. So we shall see. Now we're printing RSI markers and we're tagging the top of the VWAP rainbow, but we'll see if it keeps going. It's going to have to break through multiple levels all the way back up to the all-time high. So it's got a long way to go. So the all-time high is 40, almost 5,000. So super bullish. Proof of stake transition is going to go to allegedly this year. So it will be a big thing because there's a lot of changes coming for Ethereum that have bullish arguments that are well vetted. So it's going to be cool and exciting to see. But like I said, we've been trading this one too and been watching it, and it broke this wedge and it's breaking out, but now it's kind of getting to the top ranges. So this would be kind of like the end of the trade if you're wanting to scalp it from the breakout, and that's up 20%. So good trade if you took it. Litecoin is still going and grinding, albeit it did get us a sell signal today. But been watching this one since that circle. We watched it on stream and we're like, hey, higher low, higher low, higher low. I personally don't have a position in it, but it is up 19% on spot. So yeah, so the difference between the red and green pivots, it's basically 2 different pivot bots. One bot about 75% of the time prints pivots on support and about 25% of the time on resistance. So because it tends to print support, it's green. The other bot tends to print on the opposite, resistance. So occasionally you'll see reds on the bottoms, but you should still respect it. So it's basically 2 different pivot bots, and that's how we get such amazing rainbow pivots, because they are dead friggin' on. Over and over and over. I mean, like even this one, you can see the pivot that was printed here, touched it and went down 30-40 cents below it, then went. So, and then we have a swing failure pattern there. So they're highly respected. Great places to get entries, and you can put planned stop losses with them and stuff like that. So it's really good. Zcash is still not caring what's going on. It's just been rocking, and it's been going up in a channel walk, just straight up. and it has not slowed down, and it's absolutely insane because I keep trying to get a pullback and get an entry, but I can't. So I'm just kind of waiting. But man, we've been trading the hell out of this one, and it's just been like 60 something 70% swings from the bottom to top, and it's just been over and over and over. But now it's just walking, and it's, I don't know, it's not sustainable. But how far they go, I don't know. I mean, the top here is 300. So maybe silver can walk it all the way up, but you can see like volume's dying off. But it's still going, so there's not sellers. But anyway, I'll walk through some other trades because there's been a lot of trades in the Discord. Filecoin was one. I didn't personally play this one, but there was a lot of stuff we've been watching this on the trades, or on the, jeez, look at that. We've been watching this one for a while, and you can see all the previously drawn stuff. And we've been watching the breakout, and the Discord guys were all asking, like, what about the breakout on this wedge? It finally broke out. Multiple whale prints. There's a double whale print there, a single, and then it full sent. And we've just been watching it along the way. And then today you got your God candle with pinks shoving into resistance, almost getting to the pivots up here, but it's printing whites. And I posted up, like, guys, you need to take your profits. This is a hell of a trade. If you got it on the breakout from the wedge, it did 40%. If you got it over here off that pivot breakthrough, it's like 15. So it's a great trade no matter what you call it. But like I said, this is not likely sustainable. The odds are against you that this just keeps going. So don't get greedy. Get your profits. Put them back into cash, and don't try to chase this. Like, I'm not interested in looking back at this. You can see the last time we hit pinks at this level, it went all the way back down. So CLX new. This is another one I'm still trying to play as a lagging play. I'm in profit on this one, but no volume has exploded yet. And I got banned out today for, I think, 13 or 15% profit on spot. So I was pretty proud of this one. This is clearly just a rainbow setup. Support down here. And then you have your resistance up here with all these pivots. And the cool thing, and what got me here was watching this one, was the higher lows. So we didn't even come down and touch these pivots or this resistance. Didn't even get close to it. And then the whale prints started showing up in clusters. And when you see clusters of whale prints, buckle up. Oftentimes they're ready to party. And they did. And they walked it all the way up. It went purple. I don't know if it ever printed pink temporarily, but I cut it here. I saw yellow RSI prints in the rainbow and just cut it. I think I got 13% or so. So I got a late entry on it, but I was kind of hesitant, and I saw these pullbacks, and I just wasn't sure yet. But I got in, protected it, and then got it out. So, but yeah, no volume like we were getting. But as you guys can see, like, I hope, like, with the rainbow tools, you're seeing like the same patterns. Like, this is all the same thing over and over and over. And this is the same pattern like Bcash did. It just did it a week later. Right? Does that look familiar? Same colors, bleed outs, pump, bleed outs, pump, bleed outs, pump. And that's what the goal is you want to start seeing that. The same stuff play out over and over and over. Same thing here. I mean, I can walk you through this, but this is like if you're tuned in on rainbow colors, like, you can nail these, especially if you've got the time to monitor and babysit. But even if you don't, you can trade these on the H4 and set alerts on a lot of this stuff. But the key thing here is we drove down into the VWAP rainbow, we got rejected, we set a pivot, shot back up with automatic reactions. I mean, if you got any of that, that went on a 45% run, right? Came back down, tagged into resistance again, or support again, shot up, came back down, support, bull print showing you what's up, we're not going any lower, and then it went. Now this thing may keep going. It's hitting like the resistance here, and the big boy take profit that you would dream of is that one. But still a good trade. A lot of people were talking about Sol. in the 80s, and they're up 30% now if they took it. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you. I just want to make it clear. Like, this is how you trade rainbows, and these are like all these people, like so many people on Twitter were crying in this range and not wanting to do anything. And man, this stuff was super, super easy. You see colors like this, whites going deep into a rainbow, and they start going and they lose their colors, and then goes, you've got odds that they're going to pump. But these often take a few swings, like 3 or 4 swings down before they fully go. This one in particular, SKL, went pretty much 3 times. This is not a 4-leg reversal. This is a 3-leg. So there's your first leg, your move up, come down. There's your second, and then there's your weak third. But the cool thing is like by the time you get the second shove down, you know where you're at. You know where on the map you are with the whales. You know what their next moves are going to be. So once you know, like, that's my support block, right? For sure, that's support. So now we're hunting resistance. And when you see them not be able to, bear whales not be able to bring it back down for a third shove, that's your clue. And you can see it curving. And then you see a big old cluster of bull whales eating it up, and then they shot it into the resistance. And now you're at take profit levels again, right? And you should be not fully, but you should be majorly taking profit, because that's another 40-something% trade. And now it's you're in the roadmap. Are they going to come back for a fourth, which means you're going to try to enter here, or are they just going to kiss it and go? So either way, you know what's going on. And hopefully you don't die. The whole goal of like rainbow trends is to not diamond hand it back here to loss or lower. You lose your gains. That's the whole goal. So I mean, these are a dime a dozen. Like, even EOS is pumping. Same setups, right? Boom, boom, boom. And like, this is so clear. And that's the whole goal. It's to make this cheating, essentially. Because the whales want to eat you up, and that they don't want you buying when they're buying. They want you buying when they're selling. Bam, 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 bam. So just keep that in mind. That's how all this stuff works. Know where you're at, get an idea what the whales are doing, and just try to chase their coattails. Like XTZ, this slow thing has been wild as can be. We've been chasing it here. But the same thing. You guys can see the drives down and then curves up. That's the third. Now maybe we get the fourth still, but you've already got your damage and done a lot of damage. So Doge is another one. It's been in a major downtrend for a long time. This is a really, really busy chart, so I apologize. But you can see easy downtrend, break, resistance, and then they've been committed, and we see spikes in the volume. So that's really good too. I covered ACLX. Fourth is another one that I've been watching because it stands out from all the others. Big wedge. Big wedge. Lots of volatility. And now it's starting to break up, and we have a cluster. And I have a position in here still, right around there. So I'm in profit, but I'm waiting to try to get up here to like that first double pivot would be really, really sweet. Just a wick up here and let me get out and make, I don't know, maybe 20%. I don't know what this would be. Maybe less. 20%. So that's the basis. That's the rundown of the charts. I mean, things are looking good, guys. A lot of people, a lot of news, a lot of talks on crypto Twitter was really, really depressing. That you would never think 47,000 is possible, but here we are, right? So, anyhow. I mean, you can't get wrecked if you're holding dollars. There's nothing wrong with that. 1, 2, 3. So, let's see what's breaking out if there's anything. DNT. DNT's waking up. KRL's falling down. That's why I say, like, stuff's not sustainable. I mean, like, look at this volume spike. That's insane. Absolutely insane. And I mean, like, that's the thing. The whales knew this was coming, and they bought here. and then they destroyed it. Now they're bleeding out, and they're already out. When you see this bleed out, they're already gone, and the rest of the market is coping. So you got to be careful. Sushi. That's awesome. Look at that buy volume. That's awesome. Now it's pinks into resistance. Like, I don't want to buy this. I don't want to FOMO this. But, like, I'm telling you, don't fade pivots. I mean, if you can learn to buy this, and you can see the colors weakening, right? Whites to yellows and oranges to just oranges, and then it goes. So that's 1, 2, 3, send. And this is now up 48% on spot. So it's really, I mean, the big thing with the rainbow trends is rainbow trading is let it set the first pivot and then wait, because you don't know. Like, if I hid the screen, like, you don't know what's going to happen yet. But if you get a second one that comes down and prints pretty close, like, you still don't have to bite there, but you can wait for that third. And if that third taps it and it gets rejected and it starts moving up, like, they're off to the races. Now you're going to have to wait. That's 2-3 weeks. That's 3 weeks of patience to get your snipe, because that's your killer entry. And you can stop loss it and be like, okay, well, if they get too low, I'm going to put a lot of money here, and then I can stop loss it really, really hot, really, really tight, and I'm not going to get destroyed. Because you can see it here, like, they hit twice, and then they came back the third, and they broke it down. You can see how it drifted. They broke through those pivots, and that's where you knew would cut it, but then you've got your cash available to buy back here. Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't know who followed. Fish magician. I do a lot of fishing too, so shout out. I still gotta work. If anybody knows how to change that noise, it scares the hell out of me when they subscribe. But yeah, that's how we do it. And I call these 3-dog leg reversals. Boom, boom, boom. So really good stuff. You wanted to see SHIB? Yeah, we checked out Doge. I owe you SHIB. It looks like it's trying to go. Now this one's, the ranges are weird. Like, that's a hell of a drive down. It's already had a hell of a pump. And then you have your 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. And maybe it's trying to go. Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing, is this thing is definitely insider traded like you wouldn't believe. But it's already kind of, I don't know. If gun to my head, I'd want to be like getting out there. But if it rejects that pivot or that one, I would bail and try to get a lower entry. But it may just go stupid. Like, that's the other thing. And this is all assuming we don't know what Bitcoin's going to do, right? So, like, if Bitcoin pulls back down to the 30s, like, all this is off the table. But if Bitcoin just wants to keep going to 50K, like, yeah, boy, you're going to get some higher TPs here. Way up here. Wrong tool. Maybe higher, maybe full reverse. I don't know. But you got to realize this is one of the most parabolic things in 2021, so I'm not inclined to try to really get into position for any long periods of time. It's at such a high altitude from where it started like 2 years ago. It's got room down here, which you don't want to be around. Because this is like, say it falls off its face, that's an 80% retrace from where we are right now. I'm not saying SHIB's going to do that, but what I'm saying is like, you're already at a high altitude if this goes wrong. So, since Pantaga's talking, we can go algo. So this is one where you can see it hit lower levels. There's your first hit. There's your second hit. There's your third. But in this situation, it printed lower lows. But by the time you got the second one, you knew your range was that. and then it got supported. Now, the whales here were really tricky. If you notice, they barely got under this pivot. So a lot of people will naturally say, okay, that's the lowest price. I'm putting my stop loss right there. Right there. And they will wick you to get you liquidated and then go. So you got to be careful with your stops. And it's cool, right? Because check this out. They wicked it, stopped the people out, and then the bull whale prince came in. Got a cluster of 2, and now it's gone. And if you'd have bet on that, so you got your 2 hits and you plan your 3rd strike, you'd be up 40% right now. That's like the perfect trade. You got to be really, really patient for it, and you've got to sit there and watch this thing hit and see if it's gonna go, and see if it rounds, or see if it just blows out and goes down. Right? Like you've got to watch that, or you just put your limit order here and put a stop loss below it if you want to do it while you sleep, I guess. But that's the anatomy of like a rainbow trade, and what the whales are doing and what it means, like the colors. Because if you can chase them, it's easy. You figure out what the big boys are doing, who are more OG than you, have better tools than you, never sleep. Trading gets easy. Just try to get a piece of the pie that they get. You won't get the whole thing, but you'll get a lot of it. Your thoughts on stuff. Yo, just got here. What are your thoughts on stuff? Check D. What do you want, Pantalaga? OGN retrace. Wasn't OG one in one of the ones that blew up earlier? Holy cow. This is why I love the split trend indicator. You're like, oh, do you think the market's like fair and in your favor? No. Because what's crazy is they likely bought here and have been eating here, and then this happens and they sell into you. And by the time this is like not printing yellows and blues anymore, they're already out. And now we can go see if it's bleeding out here, and it is. There's your bleed to green. So there's your big whale pump. This is where you get to the 50-50 level, where it bleeds out the first time, and now it's a 50-50. They're going to come in for another drive up, or are they going to bleed out and be done? They came in, did another pump, and now they're bleeding out, and they've bled to green. So now you're at another 50-50. Flip a coin. Are they done, or are they going to go for thirds? But that's a wild, wild pump. Let's measure it. From that pivot to the top, 200%. It's like there's trades here, man. Even if we were like going into a bear market, like this is, you can do a lot of damage here. Jeez. Pantalga. You want to check the daily on Algo? Maybe. I'd want to see that flipped. It needs to break that. Which is currently at like $1. So another 5%, we can get to $1. Then we can really, really talk Algo. Shee, look at those sell prints. But yeah, that's the market update. I'm not gonna stay on for 9 hours, but wanted to talk to you guys about it. It's just cool as can be. You want to support Bitcoin and be a Bitcoiner, and you see the world's going through tons and tons of bad stuff, but your boy is still standing and doing well. I don't know, it makes me proud. I mean, that's where we're at. And maybe we just do this. I mean, who knows? Maybe we bounce. But now where we go from here, I have no idea. Are we going to go all-time high again? No freaking idea. But I will tell you this. If I see the colors roll out and I start getting TPs on the 12-hour, I'm going to be taking it very, very seriously. Let me turn this off. Is it that one? Yeah. So I can tell you, this is going to be the big boy problem, is that block. I don't care who you are, that is going to be insane to break. I mean, I don't care. I mean, like, I don't care how many bulls you got, that's going to be insane to break. So if we see candles rotate over, we start seeing colors roll over, and we start getting sell signals from this bot, like, I'm going to be seriously hedging a lot and seeing where it goes, because this thing may just do this again. Who knows? That'd put us into next year, 2023. Or, like, people have been joking, maybe we just do this for a decade. I don't know. But if we get the signals for this is rolling over and it's dying, like, I'm going to take it very seriously. We rarely get 12-hour TPs. So, and the other thing you can do is just, if you want to even ignore the TPs, wait till this trend flips back bearish. You can see that we kept... How long did... Let me clean this up so you guys can see it better. So we take the TPs off, tied that, and we just want to look at colors. We don't even want to look at... we do want to see that, though. We kept the rainbow trend bullish from that candle in October of 20. And we quit being bullish on April 20th for a 400% drive. So... And like when I talk about color rotations, that's color rotations of telling you there's a top. Big pinks, a pullback. Big pinks, a pullback. No pinks, just a purple, just a blue, and then you got a lower high with only greens. That is TP, 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 and that's just colors. You turn on take profits, it's firing off and telling you, hey, 1, 2, 3 times you need to take profit. It's a big deal. Same thing here. We set a higher high on weaker colors. So you got to be careful. You even got a sell signal on the H12, which would have been that candle, which is 60,415. So crazy stuff. But this is me pulling back like all the stuff. That's how you read colors. You know, that's the basis of rainbow theory, and that's how it started, is just these colors. The rest of it is the bots and the algorithms and the other tools you can use that really help. But and the same thing, like I said, we flipped the 12-hour. The 12-hour flipped here too, right? So it flipped at 35, came all the way up, stopped here at 45, reflipped, and went all the way up to here. So you could have taken this from like just trading the bearish colors to bull colors and being lazy. Not day trading, just wake up every day, see where it's at. That's a 70% gain you could have got. So right now we're flipping. You would talk about 12 hours. We've been trying to break through, and now I don't even know how many H12s this is on the trend, but it's a lot. I'm not gonna count this, but now that I think about it, there's a bar counter. Nope. Was it the bars counter? I thought there was a counter. Ghost feed, there's date, whatever. 25 bars. So we got 25 greens so far. But yeah, pretty colors, but it's telling you a lot of alpha. A lot of people get baited by this stuff, but this thing's trying to teach you. Same thing here. You can see the purples to just blues to barely a blue and then free fell. And that's like the same thing this was, right? 1, 2, 3, higher low on greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, higher low on greens. So, because that's the biggest thing, is if you see the colors getting weaker, the whales are out. And if the whales are out, you should be out. They're either short or they're getting into short, or they're just hedging. One thing I wanted to check is the spot versus premium trend indicator, because we are going bullish. I wanted to see if the apes are really loading up on longs. We're going to go to 4 hours for this, because I prefer reading this tool in 4 hours. You can read it on whatever time frame you want, but that's just how I like reading it. Starting to, guys. What we want to see. So this tool, quick recap, it's the imbalance between spot versus perps. When markets are awful bearish, whales buy spot. When markets are going wild, apes buy longs. So right now we're in a long trend of whales paying a premium for spot, which is really cool because it means if whales are buying spot for a premium, you should be like DCAing in premium, and you can just not really care about all this. You're like, okay, well, this says I should be buying, maybe I should be buying. But what's cool is we're taking off, and let me, since we had such an explosive day, let me pull this number back and just see what the raw data is. It's gonna look messy. It's gonna look like neobutane's indicator, but give it a second because this. I apologize. It almost crashes their servers every time I fire this thing up. So yeah, man, this is good, and we can see the other exchanges, see what they're doing. Let's see FTX and Bybit. Bybit's got the apes. Just give it a look-see. Give it a second. Yeah, FTX loading up but pulling back. I'll smooth it back out for you guys just to get it. But we had such like kind of a god candle today. I wanted to go short time frame. But yeah, you can see FTX loading. Yeah, that's what you want to see. All good things come to an end eventually, right? But let me zoom. Let me smooth this way out because a lot of people don't use this tool, and I think it's slept on. Give it a second because it's calculating. So you can see, right? Like there's your all-time highs, and that's where they're buying leverage premiumed. And then here's your lows, and they're buying spot premium. Down here, they're doing the same thing. So, but yeah, simple tool. Well, actually, it's a MFer in the back end, and it really bogs the servers down because all these calculations are done on TradingView servers, not done on your computer. But yeah, it's good. We want to see that thing flip and get into the premiums and stay premium. And we can look at the anchored OBV as well. So this is the Rainbow Train anchored OBV, and you can see it flipping bullish right around there. And that's kind of a key critical point in Bitcoin's history, was that flip. And so far we've flipped it and we're holding it, which is really, really cool. So anchored OBV on 4 hour, there's a lot of read to see us flipping a big time accumulation, and then the accumulation finally flipping over bullish. It's a really good thing to see. So, anywho, I think I'm just reading, catching up. Proxy, there might be, there might not be. I've been wanting a pullback on Zcash, haven't got it. Maybe we will one day, I don't know, but it may be at 300 by the time it does, and I'm going to miss a lot out. The problem here is a lot of very, very intelligent people have been watching 46K. That's the issue. Now, will this cause a ton of FOMO? That's going to be the problem, because there's a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines, guys. And the range that we've been stuck in for an awful bear market that people have been talking about, we're going to go into the 20s. We're pulling out of it right now. Like, this range is breaking. We're now getting back into this range, which will be like the next levels that we'll be playing with. So for all those intents and purposes, you would draw horizontals to stretch these back out, because those pivots are in play, but it won't print them across the screen the full way. So you can just switch these to dash lines. That's what I typically do. If I could draw it further, I would for you guys, but that's as far as I can push the programming. So like, these will be your next issues: 49, 50,000, basically, and 53. And so help me God, if you break 53, like, we can start talking all-time high targets again. So it's got a long way to go, but man, and I don't want to get too excited, but like, this isn't bearish. Higher prices are not bearish, so you gotta be on your toes with it. Yeah. So I can do a quick history date. So if you guys don't know about the Genesis block, and I suspect most of you do, but if you don't and you're new here, go check it out. That's the Bitcoin Genesis block. So in the initial block of the entire blockchain of Bitcoin, there's a message hidden in it. Satoshi actually put the title of a newspaper article talking about the chancellor is on the brink of a second bailout of the bank. So this is back in like the 2009 financial crisis. It's really, really cool. He snuck that in there. And if you happen to have the actual UK's newspaper for this on that day, it's worth millions, I think, in the collector's market. So if you have one that says that, go get it. And sell it to some Bitcoin whale because they pay out for it. Because back then in 2009, this newspaper wasn't important. No one knew about Bitcoin because this is the first block the computer's ever crunched, and this was actually mined on Satoshi Nakamoto's computer. And he snuck that message in it. So I just thought that was cool trivia. Not a lot of trivia for today, but that's a cool one. And occasionally people still sneak messages into the blocks from time to time. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys. If you're new here, yeah, thanks for the follows. I try to stream randomly, so you'll get an email if I turn it on. I'm gonna try to get to some scheduled times, but if you want to learn more about us, come check us out at the Discord. You can talk to us and see us post trades and all that. If you're gonna go see some other dudes who use Rainbow Trends, they're on fire as well, and they've been killing it. We got a bunch of write-ups and stuff like that. If you want to be a subscriber, if you don't, either way, it's cool. It's all about chasing whales, and by God, if you can trade in black and white, like, you're better than me. A lot of people can't. So the whole idea is to put the colors on the whales' backs and chase them. As long as we can see what the whales are doing, we can get a piece of it. So it's kind of a derivative of Wyckoff and Elliott Wave. More Wyckoff and Market Maker than anything else. But anywho, I will talk to you guys later this week. Hopefully this keeps pumping, and like, we can do some celebrations if like the next streams are at 50K, because I'll have a hard time processing it if we're at 50K. Should be wild. And that's the other thing, guys. One last disclaimer: the world is crazy right now. We're on the tip of a recession. COVID is going crazy in Asia. The world's at wars right now. There's the big N word going around that, with the big shiny red button over. I don't want to get banned again, guys. You got to be careful, because you could have the most textbook setup on, say, ARPA, whatever this is. It's perfect. It's going to the moon. Da 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 da. But one bad tweet coming out of Ukraine, all this stuff's gonna nuke, and you guys need to protect yourselves. So you want to wait till like the coast is clear and like there's peace in Europe. Sit in your cash and just be chill. Like, we're in hard mode right now. We're not in easy mode, so don't think it's hard. It's easy. Like, this is the furthest I've ever pushed Rainbow Trends and the tools, and my God, they're doing great. And we've been catching all the Bart Simpsons before they break. But I tell you, this is stuff that chewed me up years ago, and still to this day chews up a lot of traders. So I'm all here to help train you guys, so we can all get better at this and not get wrecked, because I can't stand getting beat by whale games. But you got to also be cognizant of what the world is. The world's crazy right now. So I'll leave you guys with that, and we can go do a raid real quick. Let me pull up Twitch, and if you want to hang out and do a raid, thank you. I don't want to go to just chatting, because, man, the raids have been kind of lazy lately. We've been raiding some really weird people, and they haven't done anything. But we can can I flip that? Nope, can't do high to low. So we're going to do just keep going. I'm pretty sure we just passed a guy who was fishing. I would have loved to have raided that. See how far. Man, these guys still have 60 viewers. Let's go. I don't know how long we're going to go down. But I want to get somebody with like nothing. It's a damn shame you can't sort by, I guess if you sorted by 0, there's probably 1,000 people, and how would you pick which one? But come on, 25. I should probably get to the bottom of this page before I stream next time. Man, Twitch is doing well. You know what? We're talking crypto. Crypto's going good. Let's do crypto. Because there are some good dudes doing good stuff. That's the bottom? Wow, okay. There's one dude here. Okay, this dude's vibing. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're doing it. Kyle Davis 3993. Ready up? Let's do this. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later. Man, he's bouncing.